36 major changes coming to NBA 2K24 that you need to know before you buy. Let's get into it. When 2K24 drops, I'm going to be on my grind. I'm going to have no time to do anything, especially no time to cook, which is why I'll be using Factor 75, today's video sponsor. Factor meals are delivered directly to your door. They arrive pre-prepared and are ready to eat a bit, and you can add more to. That is 53 hours more per year that I can work on my channel because of Factor. I also cannot cook to save my life, and I never enjoyed cooking, so Factor 75 really just improves my overall quality of life. 5.cox. Thank you. A lot more pick and roll shot creators this year, we'll see, and a big nerf at the three. Most of the comp players shot a ton of fading threes this year, so because of this, a lot of people were asking if quick stops are coming back, and Uncle Demi pretty much said no, they aren't coming back, but you really won't need them. I smell a little cap. We will see when the game comes out though. Not only did moving shots in the mid-range get buffed, all advanced shot types got buffed in the mid-range, as well as all types of advanced layups. Someone asked, will the grades actually matter this year? And Mike responded, it's your benefit to create a jumper with the highest grades, but you can still be successful with a lower grade shot. That's how it was this year on 23. Defensive immunity though is one I'd particularly recommend paying attention to. It can have a stronger effect than most think. Then someone asked, what's the difference in shot contest percentage from an A+ to a F-? We don't want to guess if we don't know how effective the grades are. Mike said A+ will reduce the contest by about 30%, and he said an F- will boost it by about 30%. So make sure your defensive immunity on your jump shots is an A+, bro. Someone asked about the shot timing again this year for very early, late, and very late. And he said the option has changed to shot timing visual cue. You guys know I'm big on the visual cues. You can now pick the point in the animation that you want the ideal release from, which is jump, set point, push, or release. I like this because I'm a visual shooter, and you can visually set where you want your release cue to be. Mike said you really only need a 75 three-pointer this year, but that's if you're a really good player. Some people, if you're not the best shooter, could potentially go 1 for 10. So I would make your three ball, if you're a solid shooter, between like 80 and 85, just how it was on 2K23. You guys know how on 23 there was tons of different shot timings for one jump shot. Well, that has been toned down a lot, and you want to get an A+ in shot timing stability. The higher the grade, it'll further dampen the effects of fatigue/defense on your shot speed, so your shot speed won't change as much the higher your grade. Your opponents and teammates won't see your shot meter this year, but you want to turn your shot meter off, as it will increase your green window size by 20%. That is enormous. Definitely turn your shot meter off for 2K24. You guys know how your green animation this year would only pop up like once every 5 greens. Well, for 24, every green after 15 feet, your green animation will activate. The contest system changed a lot, which this was much needed. The main highlights, greater emphasis on body position instead of just hand location. Big reason for the ghost contest complaints last year. Heavier penalties for being crowded at the start of the shot, less for out of position late closeouts. As you guys know, ghost contests, it's pretty much when you're just there and your hands are down and you can still get a really good contest. It's just stupid because, you know, NBA with this in the real world, have you guys ever heard a hand down, man down? Come on now. So I am glad they really worked on these ghost contests. This year online, thank God it is still green or miss. If they ever added whites back into the game, it would just be really bad. I believe in my career, you still can hit whites, but online, green or miss, and that's how it should always be. The green window is pure and will be guaranteed if you release it in the green window. Heavily contested shots may still look full whites, but that's just an artifact of the art. I don't even know what the heck that means. There will always be a possible sub-pixel size green window on every shot attempt, which means no matter the contest, if you can time it in that millisecond, you still could potentially green it, but that is very, very rare. Takeovers will no longer be assigned during the build phase. Instead, takeovers will now be decided in real time and equipped to individual attributes, which means you can pick any takeover you want this year and you will get a boost on that specific category. And Mike Wang confirms this, that regardless of your attributes or your height or your build, you can choose any takeover you want. Just don't expect the shooting takeover to make you shoot like DeRozan in the mid-range if your midi is a 25. Like, in other words, he's saying just because you pick the shooting takeover, if you have a low 3 or a low mid, you still won't be able to shoot. It's not that much of a boost. And as you can see here, the boost is 10-point boost. He said not set in stone. We'll evaluate it based on feedback. And then he asked, so 10 points all attributes or just the ones on takeover? And then Mike responded, the boosts are applied to the attributes associated with the category that you choose. So because of this, Zach2K asks, does the rating exceed 99 cap in 24? And Mike Wang said, yes, takeover can temporarily boost your rating over 99 and it will make a difference. So you could have 109 3 ball, 109 dunk, etc., etc. That is fire. Are there new pass styles? Yes, there's twice as many as last year from Pro Play. If you don't know what Pro Play is, basically NBA moves like live moves are going to be put into the game. Mike says you need a 92 for Steph and Trey dribble moves, and the highest is Steve Francis size up at 95. He definitely did this on purpose. Every guard under 6'5" used Steve Francis this year. He wants to make it harder to unlock. This year, there was only 37 dribble styles. Now, because of Pro Play, Mike says we're up to 150. That is awesome. I really love that. We get to have a lot of fun dribbling this year, fellas. He then says, try to break down different combos. There are 100 to choose from. SIG double crosses are equipable now. Standing snatches has changed and is now tied to the SIG step back package. Definitely learn how to use the blowout properly. Branching generally way more responsive in 24. So Mike's saying the combos this year for dribbling are gonna be crazy and you have tons of possibilities. I love it. There's still gonna be some animations released throughout the seasons, but a vast majority of the animations will be available on day one, which is amazing because now we don't have to wait all year for all of the best dribble moves to come out. We'll have them all at the start. Mike Wang added this troll emote, which you can do in the triple threat. This is going to be hilarious, and I'm going to be trolling every time I cook somebody like crazy, bruh. In 23, you could make white meter dunks, but in 24, for both the layup and dunk meters, if you have a pretty open lane, the green window is much bigger, which makes sense, but it shrinks fast the heavier the traffic. And again, online, you have to green dunks to make them. I love this change. This gets rid of the meter dunk spam. That was a bailout. It was banned in wagers for a reason. I love this change, Michael. Someone asked, can you contact dunk with the shot button instead of using the up and down, down up for the meter dunks? He said, yes, you can still get contact dunks, but with the shot button, it's just a dice roll and it's based on ratings. The frequency goes down significantly, excuse me, on Hall of Fame and in Rec and Park. So pretty much it's gonna be rare to get a contact dunk just by using your shot button. You really will have to use the meter dunk. Bigs are gonna have a lot of fun dominating the paint in 24. We'll see about that. It was really bad this year. You can now branch out of any offensive rebound and put back by simply pressing the shot button after the catch. Post fades and hop shots are also really effective shots for post players. I don't like that. No one likes post scorers. They're just toxic. I hope this is not true. Strength and weight can definitely be felt in the paint as high-rated glass cleaners can easily grab boards over smaller players and finish through those second easy chance points. We'll see. Weight was supposed to matter a lot in 23 and it just did not. Let's touch more on the layup timing. It is now on by default and also has been redesigned to give much more forgiving for easy finishes at the rim while rewarding players who master it with the ability to finish tough circus layups in traffic. You'll also find that advanced layups like floaters, reverses, euros, hop steps, and scoops are much more effective this year and are great tools to have as a slasher. We will see. I don't know. The time layups is really hard. At the start of the game, I'm probably going to turn it off. And if people find out it's really OP, then I'll turn it on, but I'll have it off at the start. Mike Wing also added to this that you can meter standing dunks, but it's really hard to pull off at the moment. Work in progress. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll see. It might be OP. Standing dunk cheese was really OP this year. But yeah, we will see. I don't really have an opinion on this. This is important, so pay attention. Adrenaline boosts are back, but have been redesigned to make both offense and defense more engaging at the same time. On offense, boosts are no longer lost when pulling off dribble combos or moving short distances, giving elite ball handlers much more freedom to create off the bounce. But boosts will disappear every time the on-ball defender can bump the ball handler on a drive attempt. The cost of losing adrenaline is different this year as well. Instead of dramatically slowing the ball handler's movement, losing adrenaline will now heavily impact shooting attributes. So if a good defender can clamp the ball handler down and bump them 2 or 3 times in a single possession, they'll have a really tough time scoring if they can manage to get free. Let me expand on this. So you guys are probably thinking, okay, what's considered a bump? What will make the guard lose adrenaline? So Mike just said any body up where the ball handler does not blow by the defender. So anytime I guess there is a like clamps animation, that's my guess, then you will lose an adrenaline. I like that. That makes defense like worth it. Like I hated, bro, when you would be playing good defense and they would just score at the very end of the shot clock off of some BS. But there's more. Right now, when your first adrenaline bar goes down, that's 20% gone. And then 2 bars gone is 40%. And 3rd bar gone is 75%. So that is for defense. I'm pretty sure it's the same for offense. Quoted his own tweet and said, we're gonna probably switch it to 5 to 10%. That makes more sense. After 2 bars gone, your defense and your offensive ratings can't drop 40%, bro. That's way too much. And 3rd bar gone, 75%. Like that's just too much. I like the 5 to 10, you know, as each adrenaline bar is gone. I think that makes that perfectly balanced, and I love it at the 5 to 10 range. You guys ever play rec and your teammate is just running out of bounds because they're not getting the ball? Well, anytime someone is just running out of bounds and holding out of bounds, off player out of bounds has been added to the griefing rules. Players who do it will just grade out and get kicked. Thank you, bro. Rec will be playable if you are playing with randoms. Now the randoms will get just kicked if they are trying to launch your game. If you are a my team player or like a 5-on-5, they added this freelance. This year we added a new freelance called comp. This freelance is for competitive players who prefer to control all of the movement of their AI teammates. There are no pass or cut actions just by themselves. You have full control over the AI pretty much, which is amazing for 5-on-5 comp players. Like, it's just perfect, bro. Good job, 2K. Some great news. Rep is officially back. The OG rep. We got rookie, starter, veteran, top 10. I don't really know if I like the top 10 because obviously more than top 10 are gonna hit it. I really hope there's the legend rank after top 10 because top 10 just sounds weird if there's more than 10 dudes. So we will see, but I'm just super thankful that the real rep is back. But the seasons are still here, but it will not affect the rep. They do not go hand in hand with each other. Your season rank will reset every season. Your rep will not. Your rep is just all year. Now, the season pass, the battle pass, whatever you want to call it. 2K is doing pay stuff now in game. You get rewards for each tier. Excuse me, my voice, you know, had stuff in my throat earlier. You know what I mean. Pause. That was a joke. That was a joke. So you can pay $10 a season, $20 a season. Unless it gives you an edge, I am never going to buy it. I do not care about like cosmetics, and I don't need any more skips, and I don't need the XP boost. I will hit level 40 every season regardless. Let's dive more into this. You guys can pause. All the info involving all the passes are here. I don't really care about them, so I'm not going to talk about them, but look at level skips. You can pay $2 to just skip a level. So you can pretty much be level 40 in 1 minute by just paying 80 bucks. What's your thoughts on that? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on everything. Have a good day. Go out.
As I'm in the midst of applying for residency right now, wish me luck, Grammarly has again been a lifesaver with my
With NBA 2K24 coming out soon, this